Hey guys, Chicago injury lawyer Scott DeSalvo here, and in today's video I'm heading into work at not quite 0:30. It is around summertime as of the time that I am shooting this video, but it's still pretty early. The sun barely has come up, and the sad thing is no coffee. I forgot my coffee on the counter and I don't feel like turning around to go get it. So I did have one cup of coffee before leaving the house, so you're not getting purely sleepy, uncaffeinated attorney DeSalvo right now. You're getting partially caffeinated in a rush to get into the office to make my clients money and beat insurance companies like they stole something. So the topic for today's video is delay and pray is no strategy for a personal injury case or a workers' comp case. So what do I mean? So talked a couple of different people that I want to talk to you about. One is a guy who has a brain injury, a traumatic brain injury. And Reader's Digest on this gentleman is serious crash, serious injury, big insurance company, delayed going to the doctor, delayed going to the doctor, delayed going to his doctor. All the indications are there: headache, nausea, emotions all over the place, dizziness, blurry vision, like all the indicators of a brain injury or a concussion. And that's his main injury. You know, he has a little bit of neck pain and a little bit of back pain, a little bit of shoulder pain, and he banged his knee on the inside of the car, but the knee got better on its own. But his concern is that, you know, I actually talked to his family members too, and they're like, yeah, his personality is changing. He's becoming impatient and aggressive. Like, all of these are indicators of a serious concussion. And the thing with a brain injury is it can go away or it can hang around, and you just don't know. You know, you don't know what's going to happen. You know, but over time you find out. But see, the thing is, they're always coming up with new medications and new treatments for brain injury. So delay. Well, he finally called me after 8 months. 8 months post-accident, a quick visit to the ER where they note headache and nothing else. Because remember, in the emergency room, they're not there to fix everything that's wrong with you. The way I describe it to people is, at the emergency room, they're just there to make sure you don't bleed to death. It's literally it. And then as long as you're stable, they refer you to go see your family doctor or a specialist or somebody like that. So word to the wise, the ER is not the place for comprehensive health care. They're just going to make sure you're not going to die, or try to make sure that you're not going to die until they get you to a specialist or tell you to go to your family doctor. So I told this guy, I'm like, listen, delaying like that, worst thing you can do, because now you've got a headache at the ER. 8 months later, you're going to start going to the doctor complaining of this laundry list of problems, and the insurance company is going to come up with every excuse they can. And even if they can't come up with an excuse, you know, you're not allowed to speculate the cause of a problem. But you know, an 8-month delay before going to a doctor to get a solid TBI diagnosis also doesn't help you in another way. There's no medical condition and no medical problem a person has that doesn't benefit from, like, getting to a doctor and getting on medication or getting into treatment right away. So in other words, even if you strain your neck, you don't know if you have a herniated disc in your neck or whether it's just a muscle and ligament strain. That's what doctors are for. That's what x-rays and MRIs are for, and orthopedic testing, all that stuff. Same with the shoulder. Did I strain my shoulder, or did I tear something in there and it's just going to get worse as I use it? That's, you know, that's why I tell people, like, for your health, you should go to the doctor and get checked out. And then, you know, the side benefit is it's also completely necessary for a personal injury case or a workers' comp case. So in this gentleman's case, he started seeing to the doctor it's too soon to tell what the outcome is going to be for his case, but he put himself behind the 8 ball by delaying like that. Now look, I get it. I'm a guy too. I get it. Nobody likes to go to the doctor. Nobody likes to wait for an appointment and go there and get poked and prodded and get charged a big bill. But it's necessary because you get one life and one body, and you have one shot to make your personal injury case, the right one. So the second story I wanted to tell you is, I had a lady with a lawyer, and he was an older guy, and he was a neighborhood lawyer. Nobody I had ever heard of or met before, but he, she called him because he did her real estate closing, and he did a simple will for her, and he went to traffic court for her one time, and she called him and said, well, do you do injury cases? And he told her, yes, I do. So, one of the things I tell people is injury law has become so complicated now, with so many rules, procedures, laws, all that stuff, and it's changing all the time. So I tell people, be a little bit wary of, the big advertiser who just signs up cases and sends them to somebody else, and be a little bit wary of law firms that sign up your case but you never get to talk to a lawyer. It's all just some case manager who probably has no legal training, no legal credentials, and no experience whatsoever. Probably no training and minimal supervision as well. You want to work with a lawyer who you can actually talk to, or you can actually get to him, right? But also, if a lawyer does everything, it's jack of all trades, master of one, or master of none, maybe, right? So if somebody does traffic and criminal, divorce, wills, everything, they might be a great injury lawyer. So I tell people, look at their reviews, look at their website. Is personal injury just one of 7 things that they do, or one of 5 things that they do? Or are they more have they dedicated their law practice in one direction and sort of focused in one direction, right? And then look at their reviews, and how long have they been in practice, and have they actually tried cases in front of a jury, this sort of thing, right? So this lady calls me and basically says, my lawyer disappeared. I haven't heard from him. He sent me a letter 5 months ago. I don't remember what the letter said, and I lost the letter, and his phone number's disconnected, and all the rest of it. Now, that's a bad situation. So it turns out, listen, fast forward, she delayed doing anything about it. She got a letter from her lawyer. She stopped hearing from him, and then she delayed 4 or 5 months before she thought about it or thought to do anything about it. Well, she eventually found the letter, and I had her just take a picture of it with her phone. Her niece had to help her do it, but she was able to get a picture of the letter and email me or text me the letter. And I read the letter. It basically said he was closing his law practice, and it was sent certified mail. Sent regular and certified mail. She received it. Presumably she signed for it, and the guy wrapped up his law practice. I never was able to figure out exactly what happened because he left the state, but I eventually found out that he was sick and he was quite old, and he just wrapped up his law practice. And I was never able to get whatever file that he had open in her office. But oftentimes when I take a case over from a law firm that isn't doing a very good job on the case, the file, they could have the file for a year, and the file will be that thick. They'll have 12 sheets of paper in it and nothing else. No medical records ordered, no correspondence with the insurance company, nothing. No letters communicating to the client, nothing like that, right? So, not a good situation. I was able to take that case over and get a really good outcome for her, but it was only by the grace of God that she finally decided to call another lawyer and get to the bottom of it, because she had her statute of limitations coming up. In other words, her case was about to be over without her knowing it. But we were able to protect that deadline and do very, very well for her. She was very, very happy with what I was able to do in the case, and she was very, very happy that we were able to resuscitate the case and get her a good outcome for her injury. Get her money. That's the name of the game. She didn't want to get stuck with all those bills, not when it wasn't her fault and she didn't ask to get hurt. Anyway, end of the day, you can't just delay and pray, right? So the first guy delayed, the second lady just prayed that everything had come out. Oh, my lawyer sent me a letter, I didn't read it, I don't know what's going on, I can't reach him. Not good, right? So delay and pray is not the strategy you want to use in an injury case. You want somebody on the case right away who's going to dive in, knows what to do, gets it done, doesn't make you do a bunch of legwork, and you want to make sure it's an actual attorney working on the case, handling the case, taking care of business for you. So, doing it yourself and just praying that the insurance company is fair, hanging on to the case and not talking to a lawyer. Lawyers give free consultations. Hanging on to the case and delaying talking to anybody. Injury cases are not like wine and cheese where they have to age to be really, really good. Your case might turn into vinegar without you knowing. Okay? So, that's it. Don't delay and pray. That's not a good strategy. Instead, talk to a lawyer, get a free consultation. If you don't like the lawyer you talk to, call a different one. There's only about a gajillion of us out there. There's literally thousands of injury lawyers out there that you can talk to and work with one who's actually a hardworking lawyer that actually represents clients. Not one of these giant law firms that gives you a case manager, never talk to a lawyer, really have no idea who's working on your case or if anyone's working on your case. So anyway, end of sermon for today, ladies and gentlemen. I very much appreciate you watching. I hope you and your family are well. But if, God forbid, you or anyone you'd like to refer to me needs to talk to a lawyer after any kind of accident or injury, you can call me anytime, night or day, 312-500-4500, 312-500-4500. The way it works is that goes to people trained by me. It goes to my telephone operators trained by me, not to waste your time, just get the key information I need, and then they email and text me your info and ask me to call you back right away. And during the daytime, I'm usually able to get to you, sometimes within minutes, but often within an hour or two. And, I just signed up a guy yesterday where it had been a couple of days, but we had a holiday in between. So even right after a holiday, I gave this guy a call, and another guy called me, and I talked to him and signed him up on his holiday. It was literally on the holiday, and he was so worried about his situation that he didn't want to delay. And I was in between things on the holiday weekend, and I called him right back, and we had a nice conversation, and I got him signed up. So, we're pretty aggressive about getting back to people and answering their questions, right? So if you have a case, or even if you just have a question and you're not sure, give me a call, 312-500-4500. It costs nothing, and you can tell the operator what time you'd like me to call you back, okay? What if you're not ready to talk to a lawyer? What if you have questions about whether you have a good case or a bad case, or what your case might be worth, but you aren't quite ready to talk to a lawyer? Well, I've got you covered. I've got 2 great tools. I am getting a ton of positive feedback and commentary and thank yous from people I created 2 tools, and they're right on my website, and they're completely free for you to use. No obligation. The best part is both of them take only 10 to 20 seconds. You answer 7 multiple choice questions off the top of your head, and then you get customized information tailored to your particular situation, all without talking to a lawyer. What could be better than that? Easy, free, fast. You can use them as many times as you want, and you can share them with friends, whatever you want to do. Links in the description. One is called the Case Cash Calculator. It tells you what your case might be worth. The other one is called the Good Case Calculator, and that one tells you whether you might have a good case or whether you might have a case that has some challenges. Okay? So, again, links in the description, free to use. Check them out. People love them. I'm getting a ton of people using them, and they really like them. So check them out. Links in the description. If you enjoy my content, please hit the like button. That signals to YouTube that this is good information that you enjoyed and other people would enjoy too, and it makes them show the video to more people. And then if you want to know when I shoot a new video and release it, you can always subscribe and hit the bell icon. That's the notification icon that lets you get a little notice when a new video gets released. Right now I release 2 a week. So if I run out of ideas, it might go down to 1 a week. I don't know in the future, but right now I'm releasing 2 a week. Oh, and that reminds me, if you have a question and you don't feel like calling up, but you'd like me to answer it on my YouTube channel, shoot a video for you, just leave a comment in the comments section with your question, okay? And I'll shoot a video for you, or if I already shot a video on the topic, I'll cut and paste that particular video for you to take a look at, okay? Or if your question has a new wrinkle to it, I'll shoot a new video for you, okay? Final thing is, if you enjoy the information, if you enjoy the free tools, the injury report, the injury book and DVD, all of that stuff I give away to free to help injured people. If you appreciate that, or you're a current former client, or you've had a consultation with me and you wouldn't mind doing me a favor, I'd really appreciate it. I need as many 5-star reviews on Google as I can, because I'm competing with the big boys. These big firms that have millions of bucks, and they just throw millions of dollars into advertising, and it's the standard message: injured? Call me now, right? And so a lot of people will call them, and when people are looking on the internet, they look at the YouTube reviews, and if you have positive YouTube reviews and enough, they feel comfortable calling you. So the more the merrier, right? So if you wouldn't mind leaving me a 5-star review, all you need to do is go to the link in the description below, go to that web address on your phone, tablet, or PC, takes you right to the page, click 5 stars, say a kind word, click submit. Literally takes you 10 seconds, but it would be an invaluable favor to me that I will always remember, always appreciate, and never forget. So if you don't mind doing that, great. If you don't feel comfortable doing it, you don't have to. I still have over 200 injury videos that explain almost every aspect of injury law, and it's right on my YouTube channel, so check that out. So anyway, once again, hope you and the family are well. If there's anything I can do for you, you let me know. If you have a question, if you have a case to refer me, if you have a case, God forbid, give me a call, 312-500-4500. Again, 312-500-4500. I am getting close to the office, so I'm going to sign off. Once again, thanks for watching, and I hope you have a great day. Take care. Bye-bye.